land held steady. The days passed, but nothing stays still for long. You begin to notice it. For a while, standing was enough. Old follows new, and new, in time, returns to old. And with it comes the quiet work of caring for what time has made delicate, not separate from life, but woven into it. It doesn't stop there. The season has begun to turn again, almost imperceptibly at first. Light shifting across the water, shoots pushing through the hedgerows, ground softening underfoot, and with it a quiet sense of movement returning. This film isn't about change as an ending, but change as a repositioning, a shift in altitude, not falling, not rising, simply adjusting to the conditions as they are, because the cycle doesn't move in a straight line. Change rarely announces itself. It arrives quietly in the smallest adjustments. Water loosening after winter, ground beginning to soften, light returning by degrees, and with it, life beginning again where it seemed to have retreated. Not suddenly, not dramatically, just steadily. The cycle holds both ends at once, age and beginning, ending and emergence. While one life shows at the far edge of time, the season moves forward without asking, not in contrast, not in opposition, just in continuation. There is a point where change stops feeling like an event and becomes something quieter. Not something to react to, but something to move within. Nature knows how to do this. It doesn't resist the season, it adjusts. Water finds a new level. Roots follow softer ground. Light returns and everything turns toward it, without instruction, of course. Not hurried, not forced, just responding to the conditions as they are. And perhaps that's where we find ourselves too, learning how to maneuver, not back to where we were, and not yet where we're going, but somewhere in between. Standing for a while until the next adjustment becomes clear. We know that life doesn't pause whilst we adjust. It continues in its ordinary ways. Gates still open, paths are still walked, and water still finds its level. And in those small continuations, we begin to find our footing again, not by forcing direction, but by remaining present within it. Over time, these moments begin to gather, not as separate events, but as something that slowly forms. And so we find ourselves at the edge of spring, not fully arrived, not quite where we were, but standing at the point where change becomes visible and inevitable again, quietly and without instruction. There is no clear moment when things finally settle, no point where the change announces it is complete. Life simply continues, and we continue along with it. The land moves through its seasons. Age gives way to new growth, and in between we find a place to stand for a while. Not fixed, not certain, just steady enough to keep going. And for now, that is enough.